Hi everybody, welcome back to O Gringo Sergipano. This is episode 9, where we're building the city of Kier, where it's perpetually winter for absolutely no reason at all. In today's episode, I'm going to build a third city called Gerhardt. It's going to be a little bit further away from the main core of Kier. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. Before we start construction on the actual city, we kind of need a way to get out there. So I need to change this 3-way highway intersection into a 4-way intersection so that everything can flow correctly. So let me do that real quick. Perfect. Yeah, I used one of the pre-built intersections, but it works really well. I did have to reshape the grid a little bit to make it work, but nothing too significant was lost. So yeah, we can continue to construct the highway out towards the city that we're about to build. Alright, so now the Kier Expressway is out towards where we're going to start to build the city, or the town, I don't know, of Gerhardt. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start to construct the grid and kind of work on adding this new city. Okay, so I have connected Gerhardt Boulevard to this highway that I don't think has a name yet. So yeah, but that will give us another point of access to the city that will allow us to kind of start growing things. The other thing that's really going to help is this train connection that I've just built to be able to start growing the city. The only transport that we're going to have initially will be the train station that I'm going to put in. So, this is important. Okay, and we have kind of the initial core that's zoned in, coming in. I have the train station. I have that surrounded by commercial zoning. For the most part, this is going to be a residential city. So I do have the key high-density residential there. It's eventually going to taper down to lower density, but for right now, this is what we got. Okay, so here is the center city of Gerhardt, and also off to the side, a bit of a public works campus over next to the highway. So this is the start of a city. Let's continue making it grow. Alright, so everything is pretty much residential from here on out, as I said. This is the first step, the first residential expansion. These blocks here are all going to be low-density residential. And yeah, we're going to continue to expand this out. This city's going to end up being pretty blocky, to be honest with you, but that's okay. Okay, so as another means to avoid having any cul-de-sacs in the city, we always need multiple entrances and exits. I have expanded this avenue here over towards the highway, but I really do need a name, and created a intersection with it. So yeah, now we have 2 different entrances and exits from each freeway. Okay, so I have altered the intersection so I can add this block of residential. This is our second expansion, so we kind of have a reformatted intersection. We also have a new connection directly to the city of Kier through what I have called Egan Avenue. Alright, so I've also expanded the grid 2 blocks on the other side of Gerhardt and towards the train tracks, and added this snowboard stadium. I figure that was really neat. Okay, so as you see, there's kind of a segment of a new highway that's going to go somewhere that I guess we'll find out about in episode 10. But yeah, this will kind of create a boundary for Gerhardt. Yeah, and this is kind of my custom built connection to the highway, because this runs off towards the edge of the map and then down towards, to the side of Kier. Okay, so now this is just kind of a stub. We have a three-way intersection with the Kier Expressway that'll flow into the center of Gerhardt and then down into Kier. Alright, we have more grid. This is our third residential expansion. It is like the second one, pretty much all low density. I might sneak a little bit of high density over towards the train tracks. But yeah, that'll be another expansion. Okay, we also have a third bridge that links to the highway that comes from out of town. So that will also be another help. So we have multiple intersections here, multiple ways in and out of town. Okay, so as you can see, number 3 is full. We still do have the high density along the river. That's been a theme of everything. And then we have our 4th expansion, which is now kind of complete. We do have a whole area now for Gerhardt. The city's really grown fast. Okay, so this area here that's kind of blank in between the highways is where the 5th expansion is going to be. You also notice that we do have another intersection with the bypass on this side road that's along the river. Okay, and here is the beginning of residential expansion 5 in the grid, but everything else has been pretty rectangular so far. And while this is, we are taking some liberties because of the highways. And again, we have another intersection with the bypass. Okay, so it's time to add some transit. We have Metro Line 2 that comes through downtown and Baird that is going to flow through kind of the core center part of Gerhardt. As an aside, I realized I didn't really record anything that showed me finishing the grid for residential expansion 5 there, but I've done that, so oops. And along the same corridor, we have tram line 4 that goes and stops a little bit more frequently, as a metro line only has 3 stops within Gerhardt. So this will help our transportation system and sort of form the core for the new town. Right, so we have an extension of tram line 3 that also goes into the kind of the outskirts of the town. So that is another link. And we have 4 bus lines. Here's bus line 9. And then moving over to the next road, we have bus line 10 right here. It actually does go across into the Public Works campus. Bus line 11 is also parallel to that on that avenue. And then bus line 12 along the coast. So yeah, that's our new transportation network. Okay, well, that's Gerhardt so far. We're going to go ahead and pause it here, stop with our construction and see where things go, because next time we have an entirely new city that we're going to build. Look at what we have so far. We have our 3 towns. We have Gunnell, we have Kier, and we have Gerhardt. And yeah, like I said, we have a 4th one coming up. I can't wait to see what we can do with it. See you next time. Take care. Have a good one.